Good morning, world. My name is Steve Collum. I'm owner of Vineyard Concepts, vineyard management and consultation company. We are up here in lovely Calaveras County where I farm a lot. This is about a concept I've come up with called Concept Covers. Through the past harvest, quite a ways back, I've always had trouble maintaining the coolness of my fruit before it got to the wineries. And I've tried numerous tarps, dry ice, I've tried everything. So I came up with this idea last year. We did some trials on it, and the University of California Cooperative Extension also is doing trials with the numbers that we gave them on them. And basically all it is it's just a reflective material that maintains the temperature. It doesn't change the temperature, but it maintains the temperature. After doing about a trial with about 5 different styles, we've kind of come up with 3 or 2 actually. This one here is a woven style. I like it in the fields. It's more durable, it's lighter and easier to fold up. For the winery use, we've kind of gone to like a single bubble for like using in wineries, which you'll see some of the applications later on in the video. And some of the problems I encountered was stacking, because you always got to stack on it. So what I've come up with is, instead of putting pressure on the corners and the material, we will store these while waiting, and then if they're stacked, we will pull off the cover, and all we have is an insert that fits right in. And so this sits right on top of it without crimping any of the material. Another problem is I'm used to marking my bins with tape, like duct tape, and writing what variety it is. When you remove the tape, I found out that you can also pull off some of the reflective material. Okay, so I've come up, and anyone could do these. These are vinyl stickers that stay here, and I found you can just write with your crayon erase crayons, and then you can just wipe them right off, and the dry wipes. So I would recommend having something like this that's there permanently. Okay, and now we'll go on to show you the whole application throughout the whole picking through the day to the winery, okay? So the whole principle here is we are bringing the fruit in cool, and we want to maintain it cool. So I'm going to be using the woven type, which I prefer out in the field. It's lighter and it folds up easier. So as the fruit comes in, all we have to do is fold out. Find your corners. Then I'll just kind of tighten everything up here. And basically, now it's ready to wait for transportation, through transportation, and wait for processing. And it could be hours and hours. And you're going to lose very little. It's going to change very little in the temperature that it exists right now. Again, this maintains temperatures. It doesn't change temperatures. And so this buys a little time for people when you're trying to load and when you're trying to process. I recommend something like this, so we can write Dragoni, it's Zinfandel, and this comes off here, and this right here would be Rock Pile. Okay. And then also it's important to have these corner protectors on it. It'll save the wear on the cover itself and everything.
So some of the things we're working on in the winery for these concept covers is trying to determine how useful they are with cold soaks and fermentation temperatures. That in addition to the already known uses of keeping grape temperatures down. So what we're doing is we're using dry ice and concept covers to try to bring the temperature down of must that has come in, of grapes that have come in a little too warm. That's been pretty effective. We gotta still kind of organize the data and put some sort of a report out, but we're pretty sure that we're going to find that these are very useful in bringing temperatures down. Another thing we're working on is lengthening cold soaks, being able to keep stuff cold soaking in bins for 48 to 60 hours before we start bringing temperatures up for fermentations. Another very useful thing we found in the winery for these is simply they buy us time. Small wineries, there's a million things to do for just a few people. And what these concept covers do is they just help keep the grapes cool long enough for us to get all the other stuff done so we can get ready to crush. So they've been very helpful in terms of that. That's purely anecdotal. We haven't been running any experiments on that. All the experiments have had to do with fermentation temperatures and cold soaks. What we're trying to do now that we're at the tail end of harvest, is find out if we can hold the heat inside of some of these bins during a fermentation. As opposed to keeping them cool, we're trying to now hold the heat in for fermentations to help the fermentation along, because we're in mid-October now and we're getting down to 40, 50 degrees at night. So we're trying to find out if it's useful to use these things without having to bring all the bin fermentations inside every night. So those are some of the concept cover things we're working on right now.
Okay, now we've seen the whole process from picking all the way to delivery to the winery. Scott's gone over some of the uses they're going to try at the winery. I would like to try to kind of point out some other applications that we have found by going to shows and stuff. First of all, we can make these in any size. So we're not limited to macro bins. We've actually made some for wine storage tanks, and we've also sold quite a few to the cherry industry. And we're hoping maybe just about any kind of fruit or vegetables that need to be protected and maintained with its temperature, we can make the cover with it, and it's proven that it can maintain that temperature. Other applications we've found is over in Napa, in the quarantine areas with the European grapevine moth, you have to either short load or you have to cover your fruit if you transport it. Okay. This is an application which you'll get maintaining temperatures, and you'll be able to adhere to that regulation of covered bins also. Something else too that's coming down the pipeline is the National Food Safety Act. Some of their suggestions is going to be anything that's waiting to be transported and waiting to be processed should be covered, no matter what fruit and vegetable it is. So there's a multitude of applications for this product, I think. Not just wine grapes. I just happen to be a wine grape grower, so that's where I came up with it. So anyway, I thank you for listening and everything, and my website and Facebook will follow with this, okay? Thank you very much. You can visit us at vydconcepts.com. That's our website, and Vineyard Concepts on Facebook also. And there's more information going there and contact information also. Thank you very much.